Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. This week I got a screener from Shudder for Impetigore, which I am really excited about, so we're gonna talk about that today. Before I get too far into this though, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for supporting my channel. Thank you so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep yourself, you can follow that link in the description. After surviving a murder attempt in the city, Maya, a down-on-her-luck woman, learns that she may be able to inherit a house in her ancestral village. With her friend Dinny, Maya returns to the village of her birth, unaware that the community there has been trying to locate and kill her to remove a curse that has plagued them for years. So Impetigore premiered at Sundance Film Festival earlier this year, and it's written and directed by Joko Anwar, who is basically my introduction to Indonesian horror about like a year and a half now ago, when I saw another film of his called Satan's Slaves. And I know I've talked about that film at least a couple of times on this channel, and I really enjoy it. I'll link my review of that up here, whichever side it pops up on. But talking about Impetigore, though, this movie has a super kind of like folklore, legendy kind of feel, although it's not like really based on any actual legends. I read a few interviews with the director, and he mentioned hearing scary stories as a young kid of these like puppets and dolls that were made of human skin, and that was partly the inspo for this movie. And the remote village that Maya and her friend go to, which was an actual place they filmed at, which was really cool, helped to give it that folklore feel, just going to this like almost like stuck in time looking village, you know that kind of feeling I'm talking about. And like Satan's Slaves, Impetigore has this like generational horror thing going on, which is I feel like is really common for the genre because it's just so relatable to anybody. I feel like have like the sins of the older generations, like our parents / grandparents, etc., affecting the younger generation in a horrifying way. And that lends itself to this idea of like the modern versus the traditional in the movie, which I won't get into specifics for that because I feel like that might be a little spoilery, so we're gonna avoid that. But speaking vaguely, there are some villagers that aren't on the let's kill Maya to lift the curse train, and I feel like that had everything to do with their age. If anything, they feel like maybe it will just continue to have like a curse on their village in some way, or continue to keep this darkness over their village, which I feel like the ending kind of speaks to that, but I'm not going to get into it because that's definitely spoilery if I talk about the ending. I feel like that like modern age versus traditional age, older generation versus younger generation, is something that's, like I said, it's really relatable, super topical right now, and literally just all the time. I thought the film itself was really well shot. You can tell that Anwar had a specific vision for how he wanted each scene to look. And I was watching like a little like promo spot for the movie, and Anwar was talking about how he storyboarded the film by filming scenes actually on his phone, like with crew members and whoever was around, and it's clear that he had a specific vision for how he wanted each scene to look and feel, and it definitely comes across in the movie. I also really love the score. Anytime vocalists are involved in the music of a movie ever, my inner choir nerd does like happy cartwheels. I got big creepy choir from As Above So Below vibes with the score, and I was watching with headphones in, which I feel like just added to the intensity of the music. Like I just really loved it, and I hope it's something that ends up on like Spotify or something, because I need to add it to my horror playlist. The only complaint I have is towards the end, and I mean really towards the end, like it's like the last like 15 to 20 minutes or so. There's a part that, at least just for me, dragged a little bit. I can't say specifics for spoiler reasons, but it's super close to the end, and it directly leads to the conclusion of the movie, which I feel like wraps up everything really quickly, which it just felt really fast given that the movie is an hour and almost 50 minutes, I think, long. It just kind of took me by surprise, I guess, but I wasn't the biggest fan of that. Overall though, I was really excited to see this movie. I was definitely hyped for it. I had high expectations and Joko Anwar delivered again. So I'm gonna continue to look forward to every other horror movie that this man puts out because yes. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5. On IMDb right now, it has a 7.2 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 82% critic score. There's no audience score yet. And on Letterboxd, it has a 3.4 out of 5. I suddenly can't remember if I mentioned it at the beginning of the video. But Impetigore comes to Shudder tomorrow if you're watching this on Wednesday when this video comes out. It comes out Thursday, July 23rd on Shudder. So if any of this sounded interesting to you, or if you've seen Satan's Slaves and you really liked it, you should definitely check out Impetigore. And when you do, come back. Let me know what you thought about it. If you happen to have already seen it already, of course, please let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here, or if you've been lurking. I see you guys. Become a creepy peep today. You get 2 new videos a week, or you can just listen to me talk to your faces. Thank you for listening to me talk this time. I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Until then, stay strange. Bye.